Hey everyone, coinmetallurgist here. And like the title of this video says, what I've had the opportunity to do, or in the process of doing, is looking through just under $100,000 worth of 90% silver coins, and there's some silver bars. And before I get into this, let me just say, this isn't my silver. I'm just lucky enough to know someone who purchased a whole lot of silver in the 80s, and I'm helping them sort through it, organize it, and store it better for long-term storage. It was all in paper, just paper wrappers, and we're going to be moving it all to plastic tubes. And as part of this, I'm going through and kind of cherry picking and finding the coins that are in really good condition, or the ones that I need for my sets. And I decided that I'm just going to make this video kind of partway through my process, and kind of just let you know what I'm doing, what I have found, and what I'm going to be looking for in the things that I haven't looked through yet. And I'm not going to post this video until after we've already finished this process and it's all been moved back to a much more secure location, rather than just sitting in a box here. So what there was is it was mostly half dollars. So there's a whole lot of Kennedy half dollars, and I've already gone through and I've sorted out between the Kennedys, the Benjamin Franklins, and the Liberty half dollars, and I've separated them, counted them, to figure out how many tubes to order. And then the Kennedys are all 1964, so I'm not going to be looking through those to cherry pick them at all. There's a bunch that are brilliant uncirculated, but I don't need to go through and pull those out, so they're just all going to get tubed away with everything else. Now I have gone through and I've sorted the Liberty half dollars by year. So you see, this is the newest one, 1947 here, and it goes back 1946, 45, 44, 43. When I go to put them in tubes, I will divide them out by mint mark, but right now they're just by year. And you see there's a lot of 43 and 42. They made a lot more those years, but I think the Walking Liberties is where I'm going to have the most success cherry picking these coins. When he purchased all of these coins, he purchased them as under the title of junk silver. So he's not expecting or trying to get collector's coins out of them, or expecting rare coins. But in the Walking Liberties, I found ones from almost every year. I found 3 that I still needed in my folder. Still missing 6 more to complete the set of Walking Liberties. But just to give you an idea, these 2 stacks are all 1918s. These are all 1917s, 1919s, 1920s, 1923, 27, 28, 29, and 1933. So there is a good bit of the older ones. And of all of these, the only ones that I would absolutely classify as junk silver are these ones, the undated ones. And for how many there are, that's hardly anything. And then there were quite a few like really nice ones. There were 3 1916s, so I put 1 in my folder, and there's 2 more here. And then there's a few 1917 D obverse, and there was one 1917 D reverse that went into my folder, my album right here. So the 3 coins that I found that I was able to add to my album was the 1916, the 1917 D on reverse, and the 1921 S. So still missing the 1916 D, 1916 S, 1917 S on obverse, the 1921 D, and I'm still missing 1938 D. So pretty far into the process of going through the Liberty halves. Not really going to do much with the Kennedys at all. And then I have about just as many, actually a little bit more, Benjamin Franklin halves as the Kennedy halves, and I've started to go through those and do them by year. The only ones that I'm really looking for to actually pull out are the 1955s. They're a lot, or it's the only kind of key date, I would say, in the Benjamin Franklin half-dollar sets. Now I do have a complete set of Benjamin Franklins, so I'm not looking to fill any holes in my set, but I am looking to put in higher quality coins. For example, I got this 1950D that I already pulled out and put in my book here that looks absolutely great, has really good toning. It doesn't show up well, but I mean, it used to, the one I had in here before looked like this, and that's the one now. So just kind of improving to some higher quality coins. That's all I'm really doing with the Ben Franks. So when I go through those, all I'll be looking for is 1955s and to put the best ones I can find in my book. So in addition to the half dollars, there's also quite a bit of dimes and quarters. Here's all the bars right here. With the dimes, there's Roosevelt and Mercury dimes, and what I've done with those is I went through and separated all the Mercury dimes from the Roosevelt dimes, and I went through the Mercury dimes looking for a few of the dates that I don't have, or a few of the dates that are less common, and also looking for really good condition coins. And I don't have my folders out. I didn't find any really spectacular coins in there. I would say that the dimes are much more like already picked through, all the good ones are gone, as compared to the Liberty half dollars. So that might be that he purchased them later on, or just the method that he used to purchase them. But there were a few Mercury dimes that I will probably keep. See if I can get these in good focus for you. There we go. So just some that are in better shape. You know, still not great coins, but just much better than the average. And then some that are a little bit lower mintage. There's hardly anything that was from the 20s or teens. It was mostly 30s and 40s, but I kept a few that were, you know, San Francisco mint that were under about 10 million mintage. I pulled out, and then the quarters are all Washington quarters. At least I believe there's nothing mixed in there that's not Washington. So the only two Washington quarters I still need in my album is the 1932 D and the 1932S. So I do not expect to find those in these. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm getting ready to put these in tubes, I haven't completely decided yet if we're going to sort them by year like I am with the Benjamin Franklin and the Liberty half dollars. But I'll look for those 2 years. I'll look for less common dates to pull out, and coins that look pretty much like brilliant uncirculated. So just some examples. I looked through a few of them, and I got this 1957 quarter that I would say is in a better condition than the majority of them. So I pulled that out, and I believe that that's probably better than the one I have in my album, so I'll replace the one in my album with this one. And then this one's a 1939 Denver mint, so it's just a little bit lower mintage. So I'll pull coins like that out even though they're in pretty bad shape. That's all I'm looking at doing here, is I'm just going through, picking out some of the better ones, getting some better quality ones in my albums, maybe hanging on to some of the lower mintage dates, and then really I'm just kind of helping out, sorting them, dividing them by type, and then in some cases I'm going to go by year and put them in tubes. And the idea of this is that if we have someone who's starting to collect and wants to start their collection. I have all kinds of like wheat cents and all the copper cents in tubes by year, so that we can help someone out, help them create that collection. And then once someone gets to the point where they're like, okay, I want to collect the silver dimes and quarters and half dollars, we already have them all in tubes, or someone I know has them, to where we can go and we can get one of each one, and he'll probably sell them to us, you know, like at spot, or maybe even a little bit lower, because he just has this silver more as silver stacking for emergencies rather than for the collector's value. So he's not concerned about selling us, you know, the ones that are rare years or things like that. Couple other things that I did find. It's in pretty terrible shape, but I did find, let me pull this out of the shadow here. One seated Liberty half dollar, 1878 or 1876, I believe. One Barber half, 1901. And then there were two little Canadian dimes that don't have dates on them, but I still pulled those out of the dimes. Really fun to go through. Probably the most silver I've ever seen in one spot at one time. I'm really excited about going through them, having a lot of fun, and it will be nice for him to have them all stored more appropriately. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like to collect coins, subscribe to my channel. I try to do different videos about coins and coin collecting. If you have any questions for me, feel free to make those below. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks.